Stories are powerful for connecting, teaching, and stepping into someone's point of view. Throughout histories and cultures, storytelling has had different functions, forms, and mediums. We'll be exploring the intersection between comedy and storytelling through the comedian John Mulaney.
Anyone who's seen my dick and met my parents needs to die. I can't have them roaming around.
Comedic voice is a bit of an elusive term, but we can begin to describe it with reference to the Greek word ethos, meaning something like character or a particular set of values identifiable to a person.
Because every new song is about how tonight is the night and how we only have tonight. That is such 19-year-old horse shit. I want to write songs for people in their 30s called Tonight's No Good, How About Wednesday? Oh, you're in Dallas on Wednesday? Oh, okay. Well, then let's just not see each other for 8 months, and it doesn't matter at all.
For John Mulaney, his ethos is a refined character with an almost century-old vaudevillian energy that doesn't belong in this era. His suit and his transatlantic tone in his voice gives a sense of displacement for the audience.
I've never seen it before. Like gay marriage and healthcare, we have to battle it out in the Supreme Court and be like, gay people are humans, and they're like, we'll think about it. But with weed, it was just something we wanted really badly, and we kept asking them for 40 years, like, excuse me.
He doesn't belong in this world, and he projects that persona into his comedy. This is the seed of instant connection with the audience. Everybody at one time or the other feels confused, flustered, and displaced in this world.
When I walk down the street, I need everyone to like me so much. It's exhausting. My wife said that walking around with me was like walking around with someone who's running for mayor of nothing.
Yet John Mulaney doesn't carry himself as the disheveled, unattractive outcast. His speech has the rhythm of a professional, and his manner of speaking is polished, almost like written theater. He personifies a duality that we often carry. Ourselves as the world sees us, put together with a facade of manners and conduct, and the way we are in private. Clumsy, awkward, and trying our best to navigate this world.
Like I'll book a ticket on some garbage airline. You know, I don't want to name an actual airline, so let's just make one up. Let's call it like Delta Airlines. So I'll book a ticket on Delta Airlines. And I'll show up at the airport. And I go, can I get on the plane now, please? And they go, no, it's delayed 9 hours. And I go, okay. And then I go to the bathroom. And then I come out of the bathroom and I go, any updates? And they go, yeah, we took off while you were in the bathroom. Because we hate you. Now take this meal voucher that doesn't work. Go, fetch!
This is John Mulaney's point of entry and the way he connects with his audience. Now, there are some notable techniques particular to John Mulaney. There's a common structure to the way he tells his stories. They begin with a benign topic or some average occurrence in his life, then he starts to build up.
So I basically sent a spam link to everyone I know, which was kind of nice because I don't keep in touch with people. So that's my bit for the year. That is my Christmas card as far as I'm concerned. And then everyone wrote back to me to tell me I'd been hacked. So I heard from everybody. It was nice. It was like I had a baby or something. Email viruses bring people together in amazing ways. One guy I know emailed me and he said, hey, I clicked on the link you sent. I don't want to buy any herbal Viagra.
Note that the source of his comedy is in the absurd. The story takes a turn into something weird about his life or about a personal social faux pas. He points out how absurd things are in a couple ways. For one, he breaks the fourth wall. Every step or pause, he wants to sprinkle in how absurd and weird the particular occurrence is.
Swastika's in it. It looked like a virus. I don't mean an internet virus. I mean, it looked like if HPV was a website written out. He got that in a blank email, and he went, okay, and he clicked on it. He was intrigued.
He gestures to the audience the tension within all of us between our professional and personal selves. He uses overblown, exaggerated impressions of people. He uses descriptive and flowery adjectives, and he uses tones and gestures to paint a picture of an absurd scene.
How I would sell herbal Viagra? That I would be that piss poor of a salesman? That I would just put a link in a blank email with the subject line, check this out, which I've never said before in my life. And then in the to column, I'd write everybody, and I'd go, this speaks for itself.
Notice also that he's fundamentally self-deprecating to further relate to the audience. Any witty mockings of others is always couched in lowering himself first.
And someone from the network came down to our offices and he said to me, "Hey, you can't put the word midget on TV." And I said, "I sure would like to." And he said, "No, midget is as bad as the N-word." First off, no. No, it's not. Do you know how I know it's not? I said to him, is because we're saying the word midget and we're not even saying what the N-word is. If you're comparing the badness of two words and you won't even say one of them, that's the worst word.
The difference between the politician telling a story and the comedian telling a story is that the politician has to instill a sense of confidence and capability within the audience. The comedian, however, can show foolishness and weakness, and this arguably makes the comedian more genuine and authentic.
I don't like sitting up straight, all right? It's never gonna happen. If meditating was sitting hunched over on the toilet with your elbow on your knee while kind of looking at your phone, I'd be the Dalai Lama. I don't like sitting up straight. So you sit up straight and you breathe, and this helps you stay in the moment. Don't bother. The moment is mediocre at best. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Let's all try right now. Let's all be in the moment in silence right now. Sucked, right? Not fun at all. That was boring.
The core vulnerability and humility in the comedian gets the audience on their side. Once the audience is on their side, they can add tags or throw away jokes, or push for something more self-laudatory, only because the audience acknowledges the comedian is, by their own title, a clown, a gesture, a licensed fool.
The best intro, by the way, I ever saw of an SNL host with a musical guest was Sir Patrick Stewart, okay? Sir Patrick Stewart was introducing the musical guest, and this is how he did it. He went, "Ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper!" Like he was surprised by pepper. Like minutes before, they'd been like, "We can't find pepper anywhere." And he was like, "If we must go on with salt alone, we will go on with salt alone." And they're like, 3, 2, 1. And Peppa bursts through the door and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, salt. And what's this? Pepper!"
Still, much like the politician, the comedian has insights, observations, and can serve as an advisor, as is the Shakespearean fool. John Mulaney is the modern-day court jester and a master storyteller.
This guy being the president, it's like there's a horse loose in a hospital. It's like there's a horse loose in a hospital. I think eventually everything's gonna be okay, but I have no idea what's gonna happen next. And neither do any of you, and neither do your parents, because there's a horse loose in the hospital.